No, that's what we're looking for. Now, there's something I want to tell you about. We're about to speak to who are we about to speak to? Emma Best, who we've kept waiting.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tease you with something, right? And we'll come back to it.
Here we go.
I want to have a look at this ladybird question, right?
Yeah, big
Pooch,
question.
Can you play the lady about this coming up after we talk to Emma Best. Emma Best, who works in the London Assembly, deputy leader of the Conservatives, and she's a woman who, thankfully,
Shortly going to be out of work.
occasionally is able to have a go at the dreadful, ghastly Sadiq Khan. Have a look.
I'll get it in a second. Let's bring her on. I'll get it.
Oh, okay. Emma, hi. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Mike. How are you doing?
Sorry to mess you around early. We didn't realise you were on. I blame Charlotte for that, but don't worry.
Well, hopefully you don't disappoint now.
No, absolutely right.
Charlotte must go.
She can't go. We haven't got anybody else.
Oh, right, okay.
You know, it's not like
Charlotte
the old
must be replaced.
It's not like the old days. Emma, we played earlier that Sadiq Khan video from last night in Trafalgar Square where he's boasting about wanting to have the world's biggest iftar in the Western world. And an awful lot of people have said, you know, not because they're anti-Muslim or anti-Islam, it shouldn't really be what he's concentrating on, should it?
I think this is the thing. Look, London, as we all know, has got a lot of people in it of diversity. We're going to celebrate things like Iftar, Hanukkah, obviously Christmas, and all the rest of the religious festivals, right? But at a time where Sadiq Khan is closing front counters and police stations across London, cutting the Met to the bones, we're losing officers across the board, we're losing the mounted guard. That's where people want him to be focusing on. There's no point celebrating anything if we're all scared to go out of our houses and get robbed. You know, that's the situation we're living in London right now. And when it comes to Sadiq Khan, that's what people want him to be focusing on. That's job number one. Job number one is keep us safe. Job number two is keep the roads and trains moving. And on all accounts, he's failing. Yeah, and it looks like there's some more London Underground strikes coming. I was reading a piece yesterday saying there's another kind of 4 or 5 disruptive days being planned in the next month and a half. Yeah, and don't forget, this is from the mayor that promised no strikes across London. And what's happened is he's said bung after bung to the RMT. And guess what? When they get the bung of money, they say, oh, actually, we'd like some more of that. So they threaten another strike. And that's the kind of vicious circle we've got in London now with Sadiq Khan. And that's why he has the most strikes of any mayor that's ever been. Yeah. And it doesn't look like stopping anytime soon. If they work any less, the tube drivers, you know, they'll be back to sort of 1 day a week, won't they, on 85 grand a year?
Why don't we start driving out? Why don't we start volunteer tube drivers in the same way they have volunteer police officers and volunteer litter pickers, right? Yeah. Now why don't we become a nation of I'll drive you to work people who what about those people who currently retired on massive pensions and now entitled to go around London on no money at all, right? But that should definitely be related to how much money you earn. It's ridiculous. My mate Trevor Kavanagh, who by the way is probably living the life of Riley, travels around London for nothing, right? Former political editor of the Sun. Okay, it's an absolute disgrace. And if you're watching, Trevor, get off.
It's true. I think we've got a clip of you, Emma, to play. So we're going to play it. We've got it now, I think.
You can't move the goalpost now. Because last month I asked you about Rachel Reeves' leaked policy. It was in black and white what we meant. You said no to that policy. You said no to pay per mile. And now you are backtracking, if that is what I hear correctly from you today.
I think it's a misunderstanding. The government is not introducing pay per mile.
The government is introducing pay per mile. It's literally when you drive a mile, you pay for the mile. Hence the phrase would be pay per mile you drive.
Well, let's wait and see what the Chancellor's plans are. As I've said,
the Chancellor has literally said she is bringing in pay per mile. Unless you believe that London does not exist in England and Wales, then that scheme will affect us. That means there will be pay per mile in London, something you said would never happen under your mayoralty, and something that you said only last month when you knew what the plans looked like. You said, I will stand up to this government if it tries to introduce pay per mile. Stand by your word, stand by Londoners.
Okay, my understanding is that what the government's considering, introducing a vehicle excise duty for those electric cars that currently don't pay vehicle excise
And how would it be
duty.
deduced? How would they deduce what they pay?
the way it's produced is you charge vehicle excise duty for those electric cars.
No. How will they deduce how much the vehicles will pay? Can I help you? Would it by chance be by mile?
Yeah.
I mean,
that
well
was good.
played.
That was good.
Yeah. I mean, the trouble is, Sadiq Khan, it's a bit like Starmer, isn't he? He doesn't answer the question, doesn't like answering questions, refuses point blank to answer them.
No, and I know you've had Susan on here, so she might have explained this, but the way it works in the Assembly is we're on the clock. Every Assembly member's got about 5 minutes in those question times. So he knows that he can just try and wind the clock down until you're out of time by just waffling, filibustering. So that's why it's so hard to get an answer out of him. And the best thing to do sometimes is just to keep on asking him the same question when it's so obvious he's lying. And that one was ridiculous, right? Like a month ago, when we knew that Rachel Reeves was planning this, I asked him, are you going to stand up to Paper Mile? Because we've always said he is going to do it. We still believe he's going to do it. He wants to do it in London. He said, yes, I will stand up against Paper Mile. Then it comes out and he backtracks completely, as you sit there trying to deny that it's anything to do with driving per mile. And I want to be really clear with everyone as to why this matters. Because number one, a lot of people did go invest in electric or hybrid vehicles. This isn't just electric vehicles, this is hybrid vehicles, thinking that that would be the best choice for them. And they will now have to pay per mile when they drive. But also, where do you think this policy is going? If they were going to pay for electric vehicles by mile now, it will surely be, it will be all vehicles very shortly. We know how these things work. Taxes expand, it's the growth creep. We know that it will soon be all vehicles if we don't stand up to this now. Yeah. And the fact that Sadiq Khan tries to deny that we're having a pay per mile charge in London when vehicles will literally be paying per mile they drive is just beyond the realms of belief.
It is incredible. You get a lot of love on the show, Emma. So thank you very much. Thank you. We'll get you in the studio sometime soon. That would be good.
Absolutely, I'll come over.
Yeah, we might invite you over for Plonk of the Week actually, where we get to talk to you about politics and you get a glass of wine at the same time. What do you reckon?
A glass of wine at 8:30 in the morning sounds great.
Yeah, brilliant, excellent. This is a woman after my own heart. This is how it starts, right? Thank you very much indeed. Emma Best,
Thanks,
well
Mike,
played.
too.
And now for something completely different.
I'm happy to say, in some ways, that Russell's brought some different papers in today. He brought The Guardian in.
I know, sorry.
Which we don't normally have.
It was on the floor, outside a shop, and some people were treading all over it.
They've got Reeves warns of cost of living rises, war in Iran hikes energy prices. Rachel Reeves yesterday in the House of Commons made absolutely no sense at all.
No.
Came out and said,
we
understand that people are struggling to pay their heating oil bills. Oh, really, you think? Because they've gone up by double.
Could I just say, though, I don't want people thinking that I buy The Guardian every day.
No.
I picked up a clutch of papers on the way in, some of which have been duplicated. That's just to
No,
be
but
very,
you've
very
given me
clear.
the opportunity to do something I haven't done in ages, right?
Which is what?
Which is to rip up The Guardian. Thanks for bringing it in.
That's right, pleasure.
I'll clean it up, don't worry, Pooch. I will clean it up.
Same again next week.